Social media has become a huge buzzword in business on the internet at the moment. But what I want to do in today's presentation is show you maybe another side to social media. I'm going to just take you through a digital overview of how we've got to where we are now, show you a couple of videos, show you a couple of case studies, top tips on using social networks and what's next. I didn't know quite how to pitch this seminar. I'm not going to stand here for half an hour, 40 minutes and tell you what is Twitter, what is Facebook, what is YouTube. So I had to make the assumption that you've got a general level of knowledge on that. And if you don't, then you can come and speak to me after. So this is how we got to where we are at the moment. So that's me done. Thanks very much. So you can see how we've got to where we are. Massive, massive amount of people on the internet, especially the social networking sites now, and it's a place just where everyone goes online. This is what Google thinks is coming next. 5 years from now, the internet will be dominated by Chinese language content. Today's teenagers are the model of how the web will work in 5 years. We were having a conversation over lunch today. Martin was saying that his 6-year-old was able to tell his grandfather what an iPad was, and that's just, the kids now are just so into this, and it's really the model that's growing. 5 years is a factor of 10 in Moore's law. I don't know if anyone knows what Moore's law is, but it's a computing term about how you can fit a number of capacitors on a circuit board or something like that, but it's how it doubles. So it means that computers will be capable of far more now than they are today. Within 5 years, we're going to have 100 megabyte broadband, and that's just going to change everything and how we work. At the moment, people think the internet's fast, but it's only going to get faster. Virgin Media are rolling out new cables with a gigabyte internet for businesses now. So everything is going to be not real time as we say it now, but like uber real time. It's going to be so quick. And this will blur the distinction between radio, TV, internet. You will be able to stream high definition movies straight onto your computer without buffering. It's just changing the way we are. And there's going to be a lot more video. In social media, video is hugely powerful. We've created a lot of video for clients, and it's worked so well for them. It allows you to get your message across in 45 seconds to a minute instead of someone reading a lot of words on a website. But the videos always contain words. So these are the trends at the moment. Real time, everyone's talking about real time at the moment, and real time is real time news updates, 140 character tweets, real time news, so people searching Twitter rather than Google, people searching Facebook rather than Google to find out news, because people want news right now. They want it on their mobile devices when they're traveling. They want to find out what's happening with their flights, what's happening with their friends, what's happening in work. They want to find out news, and if you go on Twitter search, you'll find news far faster than you'll find it on Google. Google tends to be news which is maybe 1 or 2 days behind that are printed in newspapers and then put on the internet. Distributed content is a big trend at the moment, and that's you guys creating your own blogs, applications, and distributing content throughout the web, and that's very big at the moment. Whereas before it was content was on one site, everyone went to that one site to see it. Now you could see that content in various different sites, social networking sites, news aggregation sites. It's all over the world. Less resistance to social media. It's still happening. The American market's way ahead of where we are now, and even London's a bit more ahead of Northern Ireland, and Dublin is to some extent as well. But it's changing away from the extent that I found myself having to go into companies and explain the whole social media phenomenon. What is it, and what's Twitter, and what's Facebook, where people now get it. And that's one of the reasons I didn't want to go into what is Twitter today, because I think people really get it. They know what it is. They just don't really know how to use it and leverage it right. And now we've got measurement and analytics that we didn't have before in social media. Before, the likes of Facebook and Twitter sent your tweets out. You could potentially measure it in upturns in revenue, but now we have these analytics and tracking devices, such as Radian 6 is a very good one, where it will spider all the content on the web for you. It will spider. Google really looks at news sites primarily, and it's trying to bring on board social networks as well. But these sites will spider the web 24 hours a day for passion points around your brand. It will competitors' products, your keywords, keyword strings. So that if your products or competitors' products are mentioned anywhere on the internet, not like Google where it's news sites and websites, but anywhere on the internet, you'll get an instant message to say your product, your brand name, your company name, your competitors' products are being talked about in this particular area. And you can then measure what we call brand sentiment. You can see what people online are saying about your brand. You can find where people are talking about your brand, and then that allows you to go in there and engage with those people, and then start this process of relationship marketing with them. Social media is one of those things where we've got 2 of these and 1 of these. It really is all about listening. And if you can measure that, and these tools will allow you to see where people are talking about you and go in there and engage. It's very, very powerful.